Welcome to a world of laughs where humor knows no bounds. Enjoyed your stay? Subscribe, hit like, and keep the chuckles coming. Remember, laughter is timeless.
A couple who were in the middle stages of their life and already parents. To two lovely daughters harbored a deep desire for a son. They decided to give it one more. Try hoping you add a boy to their family. After some time, they were thrilled to discover that the wife was expecting months past, and finally she gave birth to a baby boy. The father, filled with excitement and joy, hurried to the nursery to lay eyes on his newborn son. However, his excitement quickly turned to shock the baby. To his dismay was far from what he had expected. The child was in his eyes remarkably ugly. This was in stark contrast to their two daughters, who were both very beautiful. Troubled by this, he went to his wife and said with a tone of disbelief, "I cannot possibly be the father of that ugly child. Look at the two beautiful daughters he noticed." His wife's face turned a shade of red, which fueled his suspicion. He confronted her, asking, "Have you been unfaithful, Tom?" His wife replied, "Not this time." Every year when the snow melted, a woman from the mountains would make her way into the nearby town. This annual trip had a consistent purpose. She would give birth to a new baby and gather essential supplies for the upcoming summer months. This pattern continued for several years, and with each year the number of her children increased. Eventually, the mountain woman found herself at a breaking point. She had a large family of 8 children and was feeling overwhelmed by the constant cycle of childbirth and child-rearing. In a moment of desperation, she shared her concerns with the town doctor. During one of her visits, she expressed to him, "Doctor, I don't know how much more of this I can handle. We now have 8 kids, and I'm at me wit's end. I need to do something to stop having more babies or I'll go crazy." The doctor, understanding her plight, but unsure how to explain contraception in simple terms, thought for a moment. He then came up with an unusual solution. He advised her to buy a 10-gallon bucket during her supply run and instructed, "Every night when you go to bed, I want you to put both of your feet in that bucket and keep them there until morning." Feeling hopeful, the woman followed the doctor's advice, believing her problems were finally over. However, the next spring she returned to the doctor's office as usual and gave birth to yet another child, surprised and confused. The doctor asked her, "Ma'am, didn't I tell you to sleep with your feet in a 10-gallon bucket every night? What happened?" The woman replied, "Well, doctor, when I went to the store, they were all out of 10-gallon buckets, so I thought 2 5-gallon buckets would work just the same."